right, welcome to Interesting Enough. We're live here in Seattle, Live Pod. Trey's here. I'm Nolan. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. Man, we got a live pod. We've been waiting to do this for a while, so I'm excited. We got a lot to get into. I got notes here. We got recording. We got lights. We did the best we could.
We got everything.
Yeah. We did the best we could in a short time span, so I'm glad to bring it to you guys. It's going to be on YouTube Live, probably the day from now, so you get it. With whoever watching is probably by Monday. So give us a shout on YouTube. That'd be great. I mean, I know most of our listeners are audio, so this would be really cool for us. But of course, whatever version works, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Trey, man, how you feeling? Because the weather's great here, but
is it great?
I mean, we was walking around
today. It's a little cool, you know what I mean?
We was walking around today. I had a hoodie that I left. No. Let me clarify. I left my hoodie. And because you told me, hey, just wear a light jacket or whatever, this and that. So this morning we walked out, it was kind of cold, but by the time it was 10, 11 a.m., I was good. 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm in Florida, I'm walking from the car to from the house to the car, I'm already sweating. You know what I mean?
See, I kind of missed that. Like I just haven't, I haven't done it.
You kind of missed that for what?
I probably missed 10 minutes and then I ate it.
The weather's good, man. But I like it out here. The time change is different. I tried to stay up for the flight and all that stuff, and then I'm still kind of getting used to it. So it's been maybe 24 hours now, so I'm getting into it. But I'm glad we're able to actually do the live pod because it's a lot we want to get into. Last time we did the pod, we did the NFL preview. So we don't really want to touch too much on that while we're recording this. Just so everyone knows, Chiefs game's finished. We haven't actually started Sunday yet, so we won't touch too much. But we will talk about the Chiefs later. But you sent me the you-know-what story that you say you don't want me to call it that story.
Just call it what it is.
Okay, Trey sent me the diarrhea story. And I know people probably heard this before, but just give us a quick rundown of diarrhea story.
Yeah, just a quick
on the plane.
rundown.
And I was just on a plane. By the way, that didn't happen, so thankfully. So go ahead, man. What's going on with the story?
Okay, so I think it was a Delta flight, and I believe they might have been flying out of Atlanta. It doesn't really matter. They were flying to Spain.
Okay.
And 2 hours into the flight, somebody has explosive diarrhea.
Wait. What counts as explosive diarrhea?
Explosive diarrhea means it left a 20-foot track all in the aisle. No, there's pictures. Look, I'm not gonna do that to you, but there's pictures.
I don't want to see the pictures.
You don't.
I don't want to see the pictures.
And they, the staff, the stewardess, they were trying to clean it up, but then one of the fellow passengers on the plane, they said that they were just spraying, perfume to kind of cover it up. So they said it just smelled like vanilla shit on the plane.
So it's like when you get sweaty and then you play Axe, so you still smell it.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So it ended up getting so bad that the pilot made an emergency call, and 2 hours into the flight, they had to come back to Atlanta, strip the carpet of the plane, and give it a deep scrub for a couple of hours before they could all fly back to Spain.
Okay, so a couple questions. So everybody got delayed. No matter.
Everybody got it.
So forget people that got connections, whatever they got.
Oh no, somebody had a cruise ship waiting in Spain. Yeah, they missed it. Yeah.
Oh, they missed it.
Yeah.
So we obviously don't know, but what's the reimbursement process? Because
I'm getting some money.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Because it's not the airline's fault, but I guess it is because that person's on.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm about to cuss out the airline. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm getting something.
Okay, and then the second thing is. Okay, I don't want to condone any violence, but what are we doing with the passenger? How does this even happen?
I'm not touching them because no, if they left a 20-foot mark all in the aisle, you know how dirty they are.
Okay, wait, hold on. So did they start from do we know the full specific? Did they start from the bathroom and then? So
no, we don't know the full story. But the funny thing is, if you follow the track marks, it looks like they started from the seat, and it was like uh-oh. And So I know what you. So they started. Yeah. They're like, all right, we gotta get out of here. And then you see the track marks going all the way to the bathroom. It's
so they just didn't make it.
They didn't make it. And the sad part was they're not even close to the bathroom.
Oh, so they tried to where it ends. Okay.
Yeah, so they had to walk 20 feet. So everybody just get sprayed up, and
Oh my goodness. So, but they were already in air. Okay.
No, they was in air.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what you're doing. First of all, I don't even know the next time I'm flying. That situation kind of happens for one. And then two, like you said, the reimbursement process. And listen, we all talk about the reimbursement process. Don't give me no flight miles or like I want cold hard cash. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
they're gonna get security gonna get me because I'm going off. Like, and God forbid I'm sitting next to this person. I ain't sitting down during my flight.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They had to go back to their seat, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so
But
like,
my thing is, hold on. We just got that pandemic. You think you're gonna sit to me like that?
wait,
And you covered in boo boo? Nah.
so when they went, like whatever happened, so you know they didn't get whether they made it to the bathroom or not.
Yeah.
Then they come like even so. I always get confused about flights when something happens. You can't obviously immediately do anything. You got to like fly back.
Yeah.
So it's like when all that's happening, they just got to sit next to that person.
Oh, no,
when
no,
they
no,
fly
yeah.
back. So I feel like that's even worse than the thing actually happening.
Oh, but
you can't immediately remove them or anything. Or
No, but I'm not
yourself.
sitting next to them. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
What you gonna do if it's a full flight?
I'm gonna go stand where the stewardess at. My thing is, what they gonna do? You gonna arrest me mid-flight? I deal with the consequences when I hit the ground. What you gonna do?
But like, okay, I mean, you could go stand by them, but you know, obviously they sit down when they like the plane about to land. So what you about to do? You about to hold on like this?
I'm gonna sit on the floor, son.
You gonna sit on the floor?
Like, I'm telling you, bro. And hey, man, think about it. If the flight had turbulence,
Oh no, my God! now we added stuff in there. I mean, which is kind of like that, man. Flights do have turbulence. That's not unlikely.
So
That's
we
not unlikely.
sloshing around.
That's gross. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened.
Man, I'm getting about 5 stacks.
I honestly, as gross as the story is, we got to kind of follow up on it at some point, like in future pods, just because like I got to know what the people. I need to get interviews. I need exclusives. Like I need Barbara Walters, Oprah Winfrey, like exclusive on not on the person. Like we heard.
I do feel bad for the person though. You don't do that on purpose.
Here's the only thing I'm gonna say. They know whatever they ate, they wasn't supposed to be. No. Like we gotta no. Keep a spade a spade. Everybody, look. You listening to this trick?
No,
let's get like it's gonna get real weird for a second. When you have an excessive diarrhea situation, or just like let's say your stomach hurts. Let's not even we don't even get diagnosed. Yeah. Let's say your stomach hurts or something. I would say 95% of the time, you knew like what you ate. Like you could kind of trace back like. It was that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'm lactose intolerant. It was, that cereal, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could be the simple thing. And I feel like at the time, like, we all have certain things where you like, I probably shouldn't order that.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably like, or like, if I am, like, I got to make sure I'm by the house, like, you're somewhere, like. So my whole thing is, if you have something excessive like that, here's the only caveat. Like, for real, unless you, like, really sick. Like, unless it was, like, something where you, like, was sick or, like, I guess, you could be sick in that way. But, like, if it's all some food stuff, like you was eating some food that you wasn't supposed to be eating that you knew, like, oh, no, I'm off it.
I see what you mean, but like they probably think like any other human being, like I can make it to the restroom. They didn't, obviously.
But my whole thing was, what was the alternative? Because you was gonna crop dust us and fart, like, because that's the thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you right, like because the first plan was really to
hold. I might be even more mad. Like,
because that was the first plan, like you said, and then they like, oh, this isn't really like you feel me, and I gotta go. That's actually the first plan. So like, I'm kind of mad both ways.
And hold on, like, you know when they farted the first time.
Yeah, because that wasn't. Yeah,
they knew that part was doing a little too much.
That wasn't the first part. That's 100% right. Yeah. There's no way that just happens the first time. Like that wasn't the first part. You're right.
Okay, but like they knew it was doing too much, and the people sitting next to them knew it was doing too much.
Right, we gotta move on. We honestly, I want to follow up on that. Like, we need some interviews. We need some expert interviews, whatever it is. Like, we got to follow up.
All right, get y'all money.
Yeah, so we got to follow up. But, all right, let's get to some basketball stuff because today, as recording it, USA basketball lost. And I know we talked about the team a little bit. So I want to get into it in a couple ways. One, I know you and I kind of, we listen to Bill Simmons and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if you heard the recent one. They were talking about actually the subsequent matchup between USA and Canada.
Yeah, they are already foreshadowed.
Which we always want.
Yeah.
And I forgot who the dude that was on with them was basically like, yo, like let's like we gotta make sure they get there first. We kind of assumed they were just gonna get to the final, and then they both lost. and Canada,
but that makes me feel better though. They both lost.
Yeah, they make so when Canada smoked it, I wasn't that surprised because like Canada has done that before.
Yeah,
like kind of thing. And I mean they're also missing like Murray, like I know Wiggins don't ever.
But I mean we're missing people too. If we want to do that. I'm just saying
we missing people. Are we missing people or like?
We don't really care about people.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, that's different.
Yeah. We don't really care about people.
I couldn't say like, because Murray was like literally supposed to play, right?
Yeah.
And like I forgot why he backed out. I don't know what that was about.
I don't know, and I know Wiggins, he backed out because they want to do a multi-year commitment. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, he kind of never really does the and that would honestly be really cool if him and Murray and they got the real guys to play. But anyway, so what I want to know is, because we've been talking about the roster, me, you, Jesse, whatever, JP a lot. What's next in terms of like the outlook? Does this change anything? Does this?
No, I can answer that easily because at the end of the day, it might be 3 or 4 of these guys that even makes it to the real Olympic team.
You being nice if it's 3 or 4. Like I'm
no, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. The only person that's making it is Ant.
Yes.
Only because the way I look at it is like, I mean, they try to retain, especially the old Olympic guys. So the last Olympic guys is like the Dames and Tatums and stuff.
Yeah.
And for real, if everybody decides to play, like I'm gonna just throw out like Kawhi, he's probably not gonna play in this.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to, and with the injury stuff.
Yeah.
Curry ironically doesn't have a gold medal,
and I think he will.
And I think it's like this is a slash out. So like if you throw in the Currys,
Embiid,
LeBron,
possibly.
So that was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
So I had that written down here. So my whole thing is, so let's just get to that real quick. So, and we'll get back to the game in a second. International basketball, we kind of tell with the U.S. every single time the issue is the rebounding. And
we don't have big men. We don't develop big men.
Yeah, we don't have the big men. So like whether it was we ran into Valanciunas the other day, like whether we ran into back then it was the Gasols. Now we got to deal with Jokic or whoever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm looking at it because really the best. I mean, you tell me at some point it's going to have to be like. The best ones are really like either Jaren Jackson Jr. at this point.
Who was there, but he didn't get any rebounds, so like he's not doing anything for us.
Right. So, and then Bam, who's undersized. Yeah. So, what's the solution? Because I guess let's go down the Embiid rabbit hole. How do we get Embiid? Because I don't know, like, what's the situation where you get Embiid to like, you just convince him like?
Yeah, I think you convince him because I think he does want to play in the international games. So you tell him, do you want to play with France, who has no shot of winning, or do you want to play with America, where you're?
But does France have a better? Well, they don't have. They don't got a better shot but they got a chance if he plays.
They have a chance, but I'm just saying, do you want the better odds? Do you want a silver? Or you want a gold medal?
Okay, but if I'm Embiid, just quick pushback here. Mm-hmm. If I'm the USA team, it's a different game. And you know how much I love Embiid, but he's a ball stopper.
Yes.
Like if he's on the court, it's going to have to really be through him. He's not a guy that's really just moving it around like a Jokic or whatever. And if I'm the USA team, I want him talent-wise, but does that kind of like hurt in a different way too? You know what I'm saying?
It might hurt a little bit, but the thing is too, it might hurt, but then who's going to be stopping him? Like you don't have DeMelo, you don't have LeBron in his prime, or Kobe or Wade. Yeah. So even though it's hurting, it's just like, what's the next best option? We kind of saw that theoretically here in the FIBA games. Now again, it wasn't the best players, but we saw that.
But so, and then the next question would be, let's say they don't get Embiid.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario. So they got to bring Jaren Jackson. They got to bring Bam, right? Like I don't think I'm missing anybody as far as like as really American. So is that good enough? Because I think that may be good enough if you get LeBron, KD, Devin Booker.
But see, even then, like I like those guys, but then they're not getting any younger, and they're on the wrong side of 30.
So wait, so what were we 2 years from now?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 years from now, Curry's like 37.
Yeah.
I think he'll still be I think Curry's the caveat. Will still be there. Does KD even play? Like
I don't know. Like,
but let's say I'll do this one better. Let's say 2 years from now, LeBron and KD don't play. That is the worst USA case scenario. Like they just don't play. Like they aged out. Those are the two guys you like. Damn, we need those guys. All right. So if they don't play, I'm just out overlooking like 2 years from now, based on where their trajectory is. You got to get like Ant Edwards, Booker, Tatum.
Yeah.
Right? Like those would be your three like killers per se. And I still think even if you get Curry, like I think you can get Ja Morant if if you want Dame.
The only thing about Ja is like all the other stuff.
No. Okay. I'm betting on
him. Yeah.
2 years from
but
now.
I'm just saying he doesn't like. We still have something there.
Okay. So we can bet on Dame.
Yeah.
Dame is a sure thing if he's healthy. I think Curry's a sure thing if they're healthy.
But the thing is, like, we know injuries can happen any time in sports, but it's just like, are we really going to bet on the guys that are in their 30s not to be injured? Because I feel like we're just taking a really big unnecessary risk at that point.
Do you think the guys in our 20s, though?
No. I know what you're going to say. Are they good enough? No.
Yeah. I mean, right now. What about in 2 years from now? We don't know. I'm asking you to project.
I think we saw this in FIBA. Like, if you think about it, like American-born guys, in their 20s, like who's going to take over the league?
Well, we talked about this a
Yeah,
lot.
like-
I mean, Ant.
There's a vacuum.
Yeah, I mean, because it gets tough because
We
like
saw Ant. Now I like the way Ant played, but he's just not enough by himself.
I think if you get Ant, Devin Booker, Tatum, I think that's as good of a three as you can get. Who's going to come in with a better three in 2 years than those three guys? Like, I mean, like maybe Canada, they'll have Shea, Jamal
Yeah.
Murray,
And maybe Wiggins.
Even if they had, I like our three.
I do, but it's just not.
It's close though.
I'm about to say it's close, and when it's close, and you're talking about a 1-game series where it's just one game that's all decides,
It'll be the role players.
Yeah.
It'll be the role players.
that's it. And if let's say Shea gets high and he drops 30,
Yeah,
one player could bounce you out.
but then again, they don't still got nobody to do. Like, what if Jaren Jackson Jr. in 2 years? I mean, it's like we can kind of go through this all day.
But
I
see,
mean,
my thing is like just in the past we didn't have to do that. We said we had Wade, we had Kobe, we had LeBron. Like it was just no thought in it. It was just like
yeah.
the ball was in our court. Now it's not really in our court anymore.
So it's a matter of the USA team. It's not like they got worse, but they're aging, and then like the international guys have gotten better.
Yes,
Right.
way better.
And you still gonna have to deal with Luka in 2 years. You still gonna have to deal with Jokic and Lord have like you're gonna have
Like-
to deal with those dudes too. Yeah.
And it just makes you think like Giannis, we forgetting about him. Like it makes you think like
Oh yeah. He didn't even play.
the
Well,
international
we saw
players are
enough of his
taking over.
brother, but yeah. I'm sorry. We saw it.
Yeah, no,
my brother gotta go. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they know he definitely got to go.
But yeah, I mean, but yeah, a lot of those guys like Bobby Portis and stuff, they won't be on the roster. But yeah, I mean, I really thought that they could at least get to the final here, but it was disappointing to lose to Germany. But like you said, 1-game scenario. I think if they play that game tonight, they beat them. Like I just think that, you know what I mean? Like it just feels like Dennis Schroeder got hot, started cooking Austin Reeves and anybody that
No,
was
he
out
got
there.
cooked.
Yeah.
No. Austin Reeves did get his get back in the fourth quarter.
He did.
But it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, he did for sure. He did. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's honestly the same conversation we have about the face of basketball. Like it honestly like coincides. We talk about the face of basketball, and then now it's like it actually matters in the USA thing because we're like, who's gonna be the guy?
Let me tell you something. And I like this player, but this is why the U.S. is making such a big push for Cooper Flag. It's just because we don't really have that American version who's the face. And think about it. They try. I'm gonna give them credit. They tried to do it with Zion. They tried to do it with Josh. We can't do the race thing. And they blew the bag.
First of all, I forgot about Zion. Zion would look great on the team. Like if we had Zion, and I know we can't. We talk about not relying on somebody. I know how you feel about Zion. I know how you feel about Zion.
And no. I like him as a player.
Yeah.
I like him as a player. I always have to say that because you'll be my witness. I once said I would take him over Luka.
That's true. That was said.
But then he's failed so many times. It's like I'd be stupid to take,
It's just 2 years is going to tell a lot. It's going to be a lot to tell, like whether it's,
Hey,
I mean,
2
Ja,
years.
Zion, injuries, the older guys, younger guys, who's the face. Because like in 2 years from now, we could be talking about Anthony Edwards as the best player in the NBA.
I think the NBA is going to try to push him. They're going to try to push Cooper Flag.
You think he's like that, Cooper Flag?
I don't think he's like that, but I don't think they would have like. Well, I think he's nice, but I just don't think we have any. We don't have better American options to really push. Ja and Zion, like I said, they both got their own issues where it's kind of hard to push them right now. I hope they overcome it,
Right.
but they got their own issues.
Right.
And then who else? Like who else is like Jalen Brunson? He's not on that level.
You think he's got more room to grow? Or you think this is it? You
I
think it's kind of the cap? You think
I think it's kind of the cap.
He had a great year.
He had a great year. I think this is it.
He had a great year.
Like Halliburton, like he's nice, but like ain't nobody studying him in Indiana.
I don't know. Why is he always jumping the passes? I'm sorry. All right, we can move on. I just like I feel like I
He
liked
disappointed
it
me in that fever.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he
I'm
did.
like, come on! Like, every time he jumping in the air, like, and you know that's the card. And he's talking about it too. Like that's the Carter rule. Like, you ain't supposed to be jumping. I'm like, he always jumping the passes.
No, he
He probably
kind
drive
of
you
made me a
crazy.
little worried. I'm like, when you play against better competition, like let's say you get deep in the playoffs, like, is this kind of how you're gonna play?
I think, and you know, I'm high on him, of course. But
I know you are.
it's just, yeah, it looked like he was a good player, but he's also too. Maybe in 2 years it could be different because I think like
Austin Reeves outplayed him though.
I think Austin Reeves' game is more suited. Well, so I think Halliburton's game is suited for like the run and gun. Like I like him off the bench. Like
Yeah.
let's just push the pace and everything. But Reeves is more like, honestly, you know how we feel about him, but he's a glue guy. Like he can come in, make shots, play like he's not gonna be a great defender, but he can be a good defender. Like he can be a good playmaker. Like I don't never want him to be your primary guy in like anything,
No.
in any offensively, defensively. But like he's my third guy. Like I'm good. Like
Yeah,
I feel good with that. Like and like honestly, he's a guy in 2 years. I can see him like, why not him be on the roster? If you just need a guy that can like do a little bit of everything.
I can see that, but then I think that's just a testament to kind of where the U.S. basketball is right now.
Yeah. Well, we got to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get to, let's get to the Chiefs. Let's get to the Chiefs because Kadarius Toney's getting roasted on the internet right now. He's getting roasted. So
I felt bad. They were booing him in the game. Did you watch?
So I was watching it on the plane, so
Okay.
I didn't really have too much of the audio, but I was able to watch it.
They were booing him.
Can you blame him?
Man, you gonna boo your teammate, your own teammate in the first
Man,
game?
fans do all the time.
First game?
He just dropped Trey, he just dropped 3 passes.
He did. Well, hey, one of them, like the other wide receiver ran in front of him. Like he kind of.
Okay, well.
I'm just saying.
That's like at the end of the year, if Patrick Mahomes like has one more interception than he's supposed to, we're not gonna remember that it was Kadarius Toney. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna show up on the stats that he got an interception. So like, my question is, how much do we blame can we blame the loss? I mean, you can't never blame the loss fully on one guy, but like,
no.
Is he the biggest reason, Toney, that they lost, or are we?
What about the other wide receivers that didn't really do anything? Like, this is how I expected the Chiefs to look last year.
Yeah.
And that's why I was kind of shocked when they went to the Super Bowl.
So is it time to panic?
Yeah.
And after game 1?
Man, who you throwing to? Other than Travis Kelce. Like, who you throwing to?
Let me just play
devil. Do you have Alvin Kamara in the backfield? Like, who's running the ball?
I like Pacheco. No, come on. Pacheco's kind of nice.
He's kind of nice, but I'm just saying he's not taking over a game. So, like, who do we really have on offense that's taking over? I mean, you do have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, which they both might be the best ever at their position. Like, there's an argument to be made.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, outside of them,
I mean, okay.
Not a lot.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Kelce got hurt midweek.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of hard to, like.
It is.
He's been preparing the whole time and he's out. So he's way too big of a piece to kind of lose. Like, at least with the Chris Jones thing, they knew he was going to be out. Like, whatever.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. You got to get paid. Like,
get your money.
And Lord knows they could have needed him in late in that game, too. When they couldn't get no stops.
Listen, they keep doing this. I think he'll get his money.
So I think he's got to be back by, like, week 8 regardless. I think that's like.
Yeah, but by that point, you
could be at like. I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs, but like you could be in a different situation.
Yeah, you might be fighting uphill battle. You might be in a wild card.
In the AFC too. Yeah, the AFC
you don't want that.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want to go on the road in the AFC this year.
Uh-huh.
And then, so I mean, him being Kelce being out as late as he was out, I think was a big deal. But the second thing is like Toney missed all of camp, and he's like an injury prone dude anyway. So like he maybe shouldn't. I mean, I hate to like give him an excuse, but he maybe shouldn't have even been out there. I feel like most of the reason he was out there was because Kelce got hurt. It was like, I know you missed all the camp with the hamstring, but like you kind of got to be out there. And 3, as bad as they played offensively, they was still at a chance to win the game.
Yeah, they were still
like,
in it.
You know what I mean? Like despite all of that stuff, like because you probably thought the same thing I thought. You're like, damn, this game has really been bad. Tony's been bad, all this stuff. But Mahomes got the ball with 3 minutes left to go or whatever it was, and they like almost at midfield. You like
yes.
And they only down 1 point, so like we could just really get a field goal and get out of here with a win. And so I in my head, like, and I think Mahomes are in that respect. I'm thinking the whole time, like, oh, there's just no way, like he doesn't do this. Like, there's just no way he doesn't, get this job done. And then like I think they get the penalty like later on in the job, but then like the drop, and it's just like, and look, Toney gets good. All right, the pass was a little behind him. I mean, I ain't gonna act like the pass was a little behind him, but like you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it. I ain't gonna front. You gotta catch it. You gotta catch it. And then even when they like got stuck after Mahomes should have thrown another interception, I mean, even like you said, Sky Moore missed one too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't an easy catch, but like
it still hit the fingertips.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a great pass. And I'm like, oh. No.
I just think their margin for error is just smaller.
It is just because they don't have those pieces around. And listen, that's what happens when you pay a quarterback $500 million. No, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. Of course he deserves it. I'm just saying.
I think this can go either way. Like I've heard people say this. If Kelce's out for a couple of weeks or whatever.
Oh, he's out for a couple of weeks. They're in trouble.
But I mean, can't we see the greatness of Mahomes? He can carry them to some wins. I just don't think there's no way he's got to get enough respect at this point.
Yeah,
like,
but they're not in the NFC. That's all I'm saying.
They're not in the NFC, but I think he's too good where he's gonna put themselves in position to like figure it out. Like Tony's never gonna have that bad of a game in his whole career. His whole career he's never gonna have this bad of a game. Like so you get that out the way, like whatever. You hate to lose, they drop the banner, like you hate to lose. But like it is what it is. I don't think the Chiefs is like
it's game 1.
Yeah, it's game 1, so like I'm not panicking. But they got work to do.
Yeah, I'm
like,
concerned. I'm not panicking, but like there's some room for concern. It's like, ooh.
They got work to do.
But I'm not gonna count them out because like I said last week, I didn't expect them to go there last year to the Super Bowl and they ended up winning it. I'm not betting against the Chiefs. I'm not betting against Mahomes.
All right, final thing before we get out of here, man. We got a couple minutes left. I just want to bring up, because we talk about Drake a lot on the pod.
Oh, Drizzy.
And he was just in Seattle. Like 2 weeks?
2 weeks
probably,
ago.
Yeah, probably like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Check the city down.
I got a little mini issue. I've been like mentioning this. First off, I know you probably saw the thing where he does like the song. He kind of does a Taylor Swift thing now. So like he picks a deep cut song at the end.
Yeah.
And like picks those. I'm gonna just say a couple of deep cut songs I heard. If that was the concert I went to, I'd be like, hell no, man, come on now. Like, I'm not trying to hear Connect. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. I'm trying to. Like, he did a couple good ones. Like, I like Girl Love Beyonce. Like, he did a couple good ones.
That one, yeah.
Well, I think Girls Love Beyonce was in. I forgot what city that was in. I don't know if that was. That might have been. I think that was Seattle, right? So yeah. So
okay, yeah.
So first of all, Seattle was disappointing. People was flaming Seattle because he had played it and they was not singing along.
Seattle, Seattle trying to sing the Brown, like they ain't really trying to sing Drake. Like look, legit.
Drake is good everywhere. Drake is popular everywhere, especially in the States.
No. I'm gonna tell you why I know this. Because you know how you go to Apple Music and they tell you like the top 25 songs like in big cities.
Yeah.
Seattle never has rap on there. Like it have like Harry Styles and like other people that I just don't know, but yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. I feel like I guess we just live in a prison. Like I'm thinking Drake just transcends everything. Like,
he does, but they just out there for their Snapchat. And
they just out there to be out there.
They just out there for the show.
Okay, so here's my biggest problem, and then we get to expectations of the album. What's up with the lip singing? Because all right, just my thing is, listen. If I pay what the Drake tickets, was $400, $500, $600. This was yes, we sat on there on the computer trying to get people together. Like we not talking $100, $200. Like these are like $400, $500, $600 tickets, right? Somebody's in the nosebleeds. By the way, some of y'all that's in the nosebleeds, like just stay at home. Like it's getting ridiculous. Like you can't even really hear it. Like I'm not like I know you want to be there for experience, but like come on, bro. Like I can hear you singing on the Snapchat, not that
Yeah.
So my thing is, if I'm paying that much money for that, am I asking too much? Because like when Drake is doing the songs, I'm seeing some of the clips. It's just him playing the song in the background, and he's chiming in, just doing his thing.
Yeah.
And like I know he may be tired or whatever, but like
Drake just getting old and stuff.
I paid $600. Like what
I'm right with you. Drake don't really care anymore. Like he's.
But then my thing was, is it a rapper thing? Because like,
no.
Is it acceptable if a rapper do it over? Because like we know we not. Because you know how.
You think Beyonce be singing all the time?
Does she? Does she not?
I mean, she'll throw in some words there, but she can't be singing and doing all that dancing.
So okay, that's what I was gonna ask. I thought the expectation was different with because like if we think when a singer like, I mean, I don't know, like you can go back to like the Whitney Houstons or anything like that. Like we expect them to sing, but then it's like, well, even like the ones in the young generation. If I go to a Chris Brown, Neo, Usher, don't you probably expect them to be singing the whole time, right? Because like, but is it 80%
different? 80% of the time, because then they're gonna let the fans chime in like
no,
or whatever.
That is fine. I'm talking about like what I basically if Usher plays Burn, it should only be the instrumental.
Yeah.
And Usher gotta finish it. So that way, if Usher miss a note or something, not even miss a note. Yeah, like or if he want us to sing it, like it ain't gonna be Usher
correct
in the back. So that's what I'm expecting. But I'm like, is the expectation different for a rapper? And I'm trying to think back. Like I don't go to a bunch of concerts, but the ones I've been to, for the most part, they're rapping. But like I've heard some of it in the background. But I'm like, do we care if because
I wouldn't say
rapping?
the expectations are different because I think the fans are still pissed off like you are. But that's just what rappers do. Like I've seen Kodak Black live. Like I'm just talking about like some hood rappers.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
But I'm like,
but they're wrong for it. They're wrong. But they do it.
What's the point of going? Like I'm not trying to like I don't want to be like the negative person, but like what's the point of going if like they're just gonna be not rapping? Because like I can rap it at the crib over the music myself. Like if
same thing. I seen Future live and he did the same thing. I'm like, I seen Rick Ross live and he did. Now Rick Ross, he was kind of he in the heavy side, so I know that was kind of tough.
right. Okay, you gotta build that excuse.
You gotta build that excuse. But like Future and Kodak, I'm like, man, come on, y'all.
But you know what? The only saving grace, like I said, if you're gonna do it 80% of the time, I understand like it's a 2.5 hour show. Like it's really tiring to be, especially the ones that be like actually moving and stuff. Like I get that it's really tiring.
Drake doing all that.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like the first track you already like tired. I'm like, come on now. Like we paid a lot of good money to see you not rap. Like,
he on top of the world. He can't be taken down. So like he can do whatever he wants. So like why not?
I don't know. I mean that's my only real complaint. So like I'm thinking because I know. I mean, probably the next concert I would even want to go to that I think would give a good show is I think Bruno Mars would probably do. Like that's the one where I feel like he'll probably actually sing. Like
I'm trying to think.
I feel like he'd probably a hard show to get.
I feel like Kendrick would do a good concert. Like I feel like he wouldn't lip sync throughout it.
From the clips I saw of Kendrick, I think I think he was like international. I think. Yeah, it looked like he was just rapping. And then he came out to the Beyonce thing the other day with saying, this mic, what's up with that? That's crazy. That's crazy, whoever's doing this audio. That's crazy that Kendrick's coming out there and we had that messed up. Like, that should never happen. Like, that person be fired. Like, that's crazy. But so, like, yeah, he was really just rapping. I felt bad, like, but he had to continue. But, you know, it is what it is. But, I don't know. I mean, that's my only real complaint. I mean, I saw that Drake clip, and as being a Drake fan, I was just like, man, if I paid money for that concert.
Oh, I'd be hot.
I'll be super hot.
That's one thing I have to get Taylor Swift, like just from like just the little clips I seen online. I give her credit for that. She seems like she puts her all into it.
Yeah.
Like she's absolutely singing, I guess dancing or whatever you want to call it, but
we don't know if she did. But
I'm glad to start.
That was nice. That was nice for you to call that whatever that is. But yeah, nah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up, man. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. First live podcast. We did it in Seattle. Hotel room, we got the lighting, like you said, everything we got set up the best we can. So we're gonna drop this to you as soon as possible. Of course, we're on Apple, Spotify. Trey always likes to talk about YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are huge.
Yeah, check out the YouTube Shorts.
If you don't want to watch the full episode because we ramble on, hit the short. But it'd be great to give us a like or let us know what you think on the first live pod. That'd be great. And like always, do it on the audio version. I'll do it on the video. I'm gonna swing it to Trey. He'll get us out.
Thank you so much for joining us again. You know, the first live pod. Hopefully it's not the last one. Hey, it's great seeing you, Nolan. Thank you to our videographer. Go ahead and check it out, Nolan.
Peace.